Newcastle got dealt a heavy blow with Benjamin Eco. But the club's already moving on, with a brand new name in their sights. Yes, a Chelsea striker might just be the next target after the Slovenian said no. I'm Rodrigo, and you're watching Newcastle Mania, the channel made by fans, for fans who live and breathe Newcastle United. You blinked, and boom, Newcastle's making headlines everywhere again. And today's got one of those updates that shakes things up behind the scenes. The name of the new striker being considered just came to light, and it got people talking. But hold on, mate, before we get to the big bombshell, yeah, the one in the title and the thumbnail, all about the potential arrival of that Chelsea forward. We've got two other massive updates you need to hear first. They are key to understanding all the moving part behind this dramatic twist in our attack. So stick with me till the end, because the third bit of news is a real headline, and it could change the course of our entire season. But first, just a quick word. Remember those Chelsea fans who said this channel wasn't growing because our fan base is too small? Yeah, funny how they've gone quiet lately, because our numbers are climbing, and they are starting to notice. So let's keep proving them wrong. If you love Newcastle and want to shut that lot up for good, hit that subscribe button right now. It's free, and it sends a message. Let's smash the 1,000 subscriber mark together and show the world what the black and white army is made of. News 1. When's Sandro Tonali back? And what's the latest on Botman and Willock? Let's kick things off with the midfield. Because, yeah, plenty of fans have been worried about a few injury situations. Especially Sandro Tonali, right? During our preseason tour in Asia, Tonali took a knock to the knee and missed a game against Spurs. Cue the rumors, the panic, the fear of a setback. But relax, Toon Army. Eddie Howe's already cleared it up. It was just precaution. Nothing serious. Nothing to panic about. The staff simply chose to rest him, and honestly, it was a smart call. Tonali's already back in training and looking sharp. The expectation is that he'll feature this weekend, as Newcastle take on Espanyol and Atletico Madrid in back-to-back games at St. James Park. Two proper tests. The final tune-up before we face Aston Villa in our Premier League opener, which is just 10 days away. Now let's talk about Sven Botman. He had a little problem with his thigh during the South Korea tour and was also rested, but the recovery's gone well. There's a good chance he'll be ready for action this weekend too. If all goes to plan, he should be 100% by the time the season kicks off. And then there's Joe Willock. This one's a bit trickier. He's had a flare-up in that Achilles tendon, and sadly, he's going to need more time. Initial estimates say 4 to 6 weeks out, which means he's likely to miss the start of the season. The silver lining? It's not as bad as it could have been, but still, it's a big loss. Quick recap. Tonali, likely back this weekend. Botman, looking good for a return. Willock, out until late August or early September. Let's just hope that's the last of the injury setbacks, because this season's going to be intense, and we'll need everyone firing on all cylinders. News 2. Newcastle make €30 million bid for Malik Thiaw. Right then. Time to talk about our defense. Still one of the areas in the squad that needs urgent reinforcement if we're serious about challenging for big things this season. Newcastle have gone all in for Malik Thiaw, a 23-year-old centre-back from AC Milan. The offer? €30 million. A serious bid for a defender, and a clear sign that the club is ready to spend big to bring in a new rock at the back. So, why Thiaw? Well, first of all, he's strong, quick, and has a brilliant sense of positioning. On top of that, he's versatile. He can play on the right or left side of central defense. And that suits Eddie Howe perfectly. He loves players who can slot into different systems and offer flexibility across the backline. Last season, Thiaw started most games in Milan, even in the Champions League, and stood out with his composure, his tackling, and his ability to play out from the back. In short, he fits the exact profile Newcastle are looking for in a modern centre-half. And it's not just speculation. Eddie Howe has personally approved the move. The coaching staff see Thiaw as a chance to start a smooth defensive transition, preparing for the eventual replacement of Fabian Schär, who, while still vital to the team, is starting to feel the wear and tear of age and injuries. The plan? Build a solid, long-term partnership at the back, and Thiaw is step one. But here's the catch. Milan still haven't responded to the offer, and the clock's ticking. The transfer window closes in less than a month, and pressure is building fast, especially after some of our recent disappointments in the market. Remember João Pedro? Looked like a done deal, and then Chelsea swooped in. Bumo? He was lined up as a great attacking option, ended up at Manchester United, and Ekitike had talked with the club, now is off to Liverpool. To make matters worse, Benjamin Eko, another big name on our radar, is very close to signing for United as well. So now, there's no more time to waste. The board doesn't want to be caught out again, and that's why Malik Thiaw has become a top priority. He's already played at a high level, he's still young, and under Eddie Howe's guidance, he could grow into something special. This is a kind of signing that could transform our defense. Now's the moment. Newcastle. If we're going to go big for a defender, let it be Thiaw. News 3. The bombshell. Jackson in, Sesko out, and Isaac could be next. All right, Geordies, this is it. The biggest headline of the day. Newcastle are trying to stay calm. But the truth is, the situation around Alexander Isak is getting more complicated by the hour. Let's break it down. The club still hasn't signed a proper replacement up front. The top target was Benjamin Eko, and a £65 million offer was made. But so far, no reply. Meanwhile, Manchester United have stepped in aggressively, and all signs point to the player preferring a move to Old Trafford. And now, the headache begins. Eddie Howe needs a build this season squad. But how do you do that if you don't even know whether your number 14 is staying? Simon Jordan, speaking on TalkSport, made a pretty solid point. If you're a proper manager, you need to know who's going to be in your starting 11. If the chairman wants a holdout for £150 million, fair enough, but the manager also needs clarity. And is right, Liverpool have done this before. With Van Dijk, they played the waiting game, applied pressure behind the scenes, made the player feel uncomfortable, and then sealed the deal. It looks like the exact same playbook is being used again. But this time, the target is Isaac. They are trying to destabilize him. And the wildest part? The ones calling out Liverpool this time aren't even Newcastle fans. It's outsiders who see exactly what's going on. So here's the big question. Will Newcastle hold firm? Or will they give in if Liverpool throw down £140 or even £150 million? We've already rejected a £110 million bid. That shows strength. That shows posture. But come on, we all know how football works. Every player has a price. And when that money keeps climbing, and the player himself starts showing signs of wanting out, everything changes. Simon Jordan said it himself. If they pay the full amount, maybe Isaac himself says, "Let me go." But until then, Newcastle have every right to hold on to him. So yeah, the club still has the reins right now. But for how long? This is about more than just one striker. It's about squad morale. It's about our strength in the market. It's about the direction of our entire season. On one side, Isaac doesn't look 100% committed to the project. On the other, we're talking about a massive offer, the kind that could completely reshape our squad if spent wisely. And the fan base? Some are already saying, if he wants to leave, fine. But it's £150 million or nothing, and that money better be invested smartly. Others? They're not having it. Selling Isaac now will be a disaster. He's the star of the team, our present and our future. You don't give that up. And that just shows how emotionally loaded this whole saga really is. Because this isn't just about cash. It's about vision. It's about ambition. It's about identity. Selling Isaac now could be a smart move. Or it could be a wound that's hard to heal if we don't bring in someone just as impactful. And speaking of replacements, Newcastle already have one name lined up, Nicholas Jackson from Chelsea. He's young, quick, has solid numbers, and Chelsea are open to selling. But here's the catch. He's still a gamble. Can he deliver the same kind of instant impact as Isaac? No one knows for sure. That's why the next 48 to 72 hours are going to be massive. Either the club sells and reinvests big, or we hold on to our star man, even if it creates a bit of tension in the dressing room. Whatever happens next could change everything. So buckle up, Toon Army, because this saga, far from over. But one thing's already crystal clear. Newcastle United are being respected. We're not accepting any random bid. We're not letting the giants push us around. We've shown we're no longer just background noise in the market. We want more. We want silverware. And that starts with having a backbone. If Liverpool want Isaac, they'll have to pay up every last penny. And now it's your turn. Would you sell Isaac for £150 million? Or keep him here and let him make history with us? Let me know in the comments. I seriously want to hear your thoughts on this one. And of course, if you believe Newcastle have truly stepped into a new era, like this video, share it with your Magpies mates, and hit that subscribe button. Here on Newcastle Mania, it's fan to fan. No nonsense. No fluff. Just passion, honesty, and pure love for this massive football club. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Newcastle.